I never thought I'd be spending Christmas alone this year. I murmur to myself, my voice barely louder than the crackle of the fire. The words hang in the air, heavy and unwelcome. Just me, my thoughts, and the holidays. My eyes drift to the tree, its lights reflecting off the ornaments. It's supposed to be a time of joy, right? I pause, my chest tightening with a feeling I can't quite name. But lately, it feels like something's off. Something's wrong. The living room feels cozy, almost too cozy, like it's trying too hard. The dim light from the Christmas tree in the corner casts soft glows on the walls. Its twinkling lights a silent rhythm that should feel comforting. A fire crackles in the hearth, filling the room with warmth. But I don't feel it. I'm wrapped in a blanket, slumped on the couch, my phone in hand, scrolling aimlessly. The house hums quietly around me, the wind outside adding a distant, lonely howl. The glow of the phone screen reflects on my face as I absent-mindedly swipe through. Then a ping. The sudden notification jars me, breaking the calm. My eyes flick to the screen. A text. Just one sentence from an unknown number. "He is coming for you tonight." My stomach tightens. I shake my head, trying to dismiss the unease creeping up my spine. Great, spam messages. Merry Christmas to me, I mutter, my voice more for myself than anything else. I set the phone down on the coffee table, shaking my head in disbelief. But then there's a sudden thud. It comes from outside the window. My heart skips a beat, my head snapping toward the sound. The room feels colder, quieter. I peer at the window but see nothing. The darkness outside is impenetrable, an endless void. The blanket feels suffocating now, but I force myself to stand, my legs feeling heavier than they should. I step toward the window, the soft padding of my feet almost silent against the carpet. The wind picks up outside, making the bare branches scrape against the glass. The sound isn't right. It's too deliberate, too sharp, like nails dragging over the surface. My breath hitches as I reach the blinds, hesitating. The room feels like it's holding its breath with me. I pull the blinds aside just enough to peer out. Nothing. Just blackness and the faint outlines of swaying trees. My reflection in the glass stares back at me, pale and wide-eyed. I'm just being paranoid, I whisper, the words shaky, unconvincing. But the unease twists tighter in my chest. But something feels strange tonight. The wind howls louder, and for a moment, I think I see a shadow shift outside. Or maybe it's just my imagination. I let the blinds fall shut, retreating back to the couch, the uneasy weight following me like a shadow. Later that night, I find myself in the kitchen, trying to steady my nerves with a cup of tea. The clock on the wall ticks loudly, each second stretching out, echoing in the silence around me. I glance at the window again, my eyes widening as I swear I see a shadow move outside. The wind howls, rattling the windows. But the kitchen feels unnervingly still, the only sound the low hum of the kettle heating up. I lean closer to the window, my breath catching in my throat. Am I losing it? I think, my voice barely a whisper in the thick air. That shadow. It's too big to be a tree. It looked like someone was out there. My heart pounds in my chest. No, it can't be. As I pour the tea, the warm liquid swirling into the mug, I hear something faint. It's so soft at first, I almost ignore it. But then it grows clearer. A laugh, a jolly, familiar laugh. The unmistakable sound of someone saying, My hand freezes, the mug suspended in mid-air. My eyes widen, scanning the empty room. My heartbeat quickening. The louder, it's coming closer, growing louder, and I feel an icy chill settle over me. I don't know how to explain it, but I can feel the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. No, that's not possible. The words escape my lips, frantic, shaky. I must be losing my mind. I hesitate, staring at the door. My breath shallow, each inhale trembling in my chest. The air around me feels heavy, like it's closing in, slowly, almost against my will. I take a step forward, my feet dragging on the floor. My hand trembles as I reach for the doorknob, my fingers cold and unsteady. The silence is deafening. Footsteps echo through the empty house. And with each one, the ticking of the clock on the wall grows louder, like it's pressing down on me. Each tick a heavy weight on my chest. It's probably just someone playing a prank. Right? The words leave my mouth in a quiet murmur, but they don't make me feel any better. I can barely convince myself. I slowly twist the knob, my heart pounding as I pull the door open just a crack. There's no one there. The porch is empty, the shadows stretching out in the dim light. My eyes dart across the scene, but my gaze stops on something, a small gift, wrapped in bright red and green paper, lying innocently on the doorstep. Who would leave a gift out here? My voice shakes, growing more desperate. I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone who would do this. My mind races, but nothing makes sense. It feels like I've stepped into some twisted version of reality, and I can't escape it. I pick up the gift, my hands shaking uncontrollably. The paper crinkles under my fingers, the bright red and green colors almost too vivid against the growing sense of dread. My heart skips a beat when I read the label. To Sarah. A sudden sharp gust of wind cuts through the stillness, sending the trees outside rustling in a chaotic dance. The sound rattles through the air, and I flinch, my eyes darting to the window. Then, in the corner of my vision, I catch a glimpse of something, my reflection in the hallway mirror. I freeze, my breath catching in my throat. Wait, that's my reflection. But it's not right. I stare, transfixed, as my reflection in the mirror breaks the silence. It's smiling. No, it's grinning. But it's not my smile. The grin is twisted, wide, and unsettling. As if it's mocking me, my reflection raises one hand slowly, like it's beckoning me closer, but I can't move. It's not me. The words tumble out in a strained whisper, my voice barely audible. It's not me. What's happening? A cold sweat coats my skin, and I can't look away. The reflection in the mirror does nothing to calm me, only amplifying the terror clawing at my chest. What is happening to me? I take a step back, my heart pounding, and that's when I hear it. Footsteps, unmistakable, moving behind me. I spin around, but there's no one there. The silence is deafening, and my breath catches in my throat. The ticking of the clock grows louder, each tick now hammering in my ears, its rhythm becoming erratic. Almost sound presses in on me, suffocating the air in the room, and I feel trapped, like I can't breathe. Why is it so loud? I think, my chest tight, almost constricting. Why is everything changing? I glance back at the mirror, my reflection still haunting the glass. But it's different now. The smile is gone. The reflection, it's moving on its own, jerky and unnatural, like a puppet on strings, controlling my every movement. And then, I hear it again, that laugh, the jolly. But this closer, it's louder. It's almost inside my head, echoing in the very depths of my mind. I can't take it anymore. My voice breaks as I scream, desperate, wild with panic. Get out! Stop it. The reflection in the mirror, it shifts. The face that looked like mine morphs, the expression twisting into something darker, something grotesque. It's no longer me. It's a twisted version of myself, wearing a Santa hat, grinning wildly. Its laughter mocking me as it waves its hand in slow, exaggerated motion. I stumble backward, terror consuming me. This isn't real. This can't be real. I rush to the window, my legs moving before my mind can even catch up. I throw the curtains aside, my breath catching in my throat as I look outside. And then I see him. Santa, but not the Santa I know. The one from childhood stories. This one is monstrous. His eyes are hollow, empty, like there's nothing behind them. His grin is twisted, too wide, and it sends a chill through my entire body. I can't look away, even as my heart pounds painfully in my chest. The jolly laugh echoes again. The wind howls violently, as if it's answering my growing terror, rattling the windows, shaking the walls. The air around me feels suffocating, heavy with dread. I thought it was a joke. I thought it was all in my head, but it's not. My voice breaks, panic rising in my throat as the words spill out. It's real. It's coming for me. Every muscle in my body tenses, and I feel trapped, unable to move, unable to escape the nightmare that's unfolding right before my eyes. Santa steps closer to the window, his monstrous figure looming outside. His grotesque smile widens, stretching impossibly wide, and my stomach turns at the sight. He raises one finger to his lips, and the gesture is so deliberate, so unnervingly calm. Shahi. The sound sends a shiver through me, and I feel like I'm suffocating. But then, something even more terrifying happens. The clock starts ticking backward. Each tick is a violent, wrong sound that scrapes against my nerves, growing louder and louder. It drowns out my panicked breathing, the noise completely consuming me. I can't escape it. I thought Christmas was supposed to be merry. My voice is barely a whisper, shaking, full of terror. But now, I see what's really watching. What's really coming for me? I try to pull away from the window, my body frozen, but my eyes are locked on that horrific smile. The wind howls, the laughter echoes, and I can't breathe, barely, panting.